Hello and welcome to this week's Warriors HQ. Coming up, Ali Price speaks to us following his contract extension at the club, and in a new Warriors HQ feature, Kenny Murray and George Horne join us to analyse our victory over the Ospreys.
Been 4 years now, I've been up here now, 4 or 5 years, and I'm loving it. I think the club's in a really good place. So yeah, for me it was a really easy decision, and I'm delighted to be staying for another couple of years. Glasgow fans love their team, and as a player, I love that. I love running out here. You give us the extra bit of motivation and the extra kick we need sometimes in games, and yeah, like if I can feed off that in any way, then I will. I love encouraging them. I love that they encourage us, and yeah. It's no better feeling, really. We don't make it a secret that we go into every game to win it. That's the mentality here. Like we feel we can compete with any team in Europe and in the league. And Europe's been disappointing so far, but certainly the league has helped sort of boost the confidence around the place. And it's great the last sort of month to see the guys that maybe haven't got a shot the first few weeks stepping up as if they're naturals at it, and we're still getting these wins, and yeah, long may that continue. I'm staying here because I want to win things, and I feel like the squad and the coaching staff, everyone here, we've got the ability to do that. It's exciting.
Last Saturday, Scotland won an impressive 53-24 victory over Australia with 12 Glasgow Warriors players in the squad. Here are the 3 tries scored by your Glasgow Warriors for Scotland.
Drive towards the line, reserves being summoned in, but Price now looks to move it himself in step and tries to stretch, and he gets it down with the reach. Try, says Pascal Gozer.
Numbers in to stop them all going forward. Price sees that space, great step, and have the wherewithal to reach out and score the try.
Lays it back for Price to Johnny Gray. Oh, Johnny Gray slips through unnoticed. Try for Scotland, and they're moving further clear. He scored against the All Blacks. He does so now against the Wallabies.
The work of the Scotland front 5. Great carry by Batty in the midfield. Bumped players off, kept hold of the ball. Really good play by Johnny Gray to move the ball away. 2 phases later, watch this carry. Really strong, powerful defend. Carrying the ball in one hand, but doesn't throw the ball away. Great support by McAnally. And this is a great line by Johnny Gray, who scores his 4th try for Scotland.
Jimmy Batty, but Scotland go quickly to Jones, and Hugh Jones now trying to make it round himself, and Hugh Jones scoring again. Well, the Australian defence confused. They thought it was a kick to the corner, but Scotland quick of thought. Hugh Jones quick of feet in once again. Scotland past 30 points.
Well, it's just more great decision making and awareness and scanning from not only Finn Russell but Hugh Jones as well. They caught us by surprise, but just instead of kicking in the corner, Finn Russell tapped it quickly. He's even got his back turned. He gets the call, he scans, he throws a long pass to Hugh Jones, and this is his classic in and out, outside Karevi, inside Hodge, and Scotland's to go.
Hello and welcome to a brand new feature on Warriors HQ. We're going to step inside the analysis room here and take a look back at our victory over the Ospreys. Delighted to be joined by Kenny Murray and George Horne. Kenny, no tries conceded. From a defence point of view, you must be pretty happy with that?
Yeah, obviously very pleasing performance and great victory. For me, that's probably one of our best victories of the season. We've gone to the Ospreys in the last 2 or 3 years, and we've always struggled over there, to be honest. So to get the win over there, it was fantastic, but to stop them scoring any tries was a real added bonus, particularly for me as a defence coach.
And George, the ball was in play an awful lot. Was that a fun game to be involved in?
Yeah, definitely. Ball and play suits us. We've done a lot of work on our conditioning, and it's something we like to try and have a high ball and play time. So the fact that we could do that and score a few tries from multi-phase was good for us. So yeah, definitely a bonus.
So George, as mentioned, is conditioning there, Kenny. Our first clip involves George. I don't want to embarrass him, but before we'd even scored, there was a try saver from him. So if we take a look at that now, and if you talk us through it.
If you just hold it for a second there, Greg, I think what this does, this highlights a lot about our conditioning, as George said, but also just about our work ethic and defence. And for me, this was a critical moment in the game as well. This was at the start of the game, and I think, if you let teams score early in the start of the game, it really helps them build momentum. So for me, this was a bit of a critical part of the game. So we'll play this one through. As you see here, we force a turnover, they get possession of the ball. So obviously you can see there we can probably do a bit better in terms of a work rate from the inside defence, but if you just keep your eye on George, you see how hard he's working here across to trail in this player. They've got two really good wingers, really good pace, but hold it there, Greg. So real good physicality from George to get back, good low chop, which is a big part of our game. And then you see quickly his ability to get back on his feet and support in defence. So we play it through, he's back up, back in the game. And then just good pressure from our D here, stops him getting over the line. So a real try-saving tackler that not only highlights his conditioning, but also his mentality about sort of stopping the opposition and scoring tries.
George, what's going through your head at that moment? Just are you always confident that you're going to get him?
No, I think Jacko actually does a good job to push him wide. I just saw the 13, I think it was, running in front of me, and I thought I can't let him get away. So I was chasing him down initially, and then I thought when Dirksen got on the outside, I was just gunning it back to try and keep him in the corner. But yeah, I managed to get there, so it was nice.
So we're going to move on to another clip now from your half-back partner, Adam Hastings, and this sets up a try for us. So talk us through what's happening here.
Yeah, good kick counter is a big part of the game, so it's just good from Adam noticing the spacing behind, waits to kick well, and then he's shut down by two men, so the option is, again, just to nudge it through on the volley, and then triple effort to get that tackle on Dirksen. Great support by Flash and a couple of others. And then it's another click, we call it, on turnover. We just play what's in front, play to the space, and Scotty's followed up well there. They've all honeypotted to the ruck, and he's just held his width rather than running as well. So yeah, it's a good score out of nothing really.
And Kenny, how important is it for those guys following up on that kick so that they can hit that ruck and get that turnover?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our sort of kick chase mentality, a lot of that's about effort and our ability to beat the opposition back. So you can see that in that area there, guys working really hard to get, first of all, get to the breakdown, but then offer themselves and support to George. You know, Scott's got pretty much an easy run in there because he's kept some good width, and George got good quick balls. So really hard to defend if you've got numbers in position.
Scott's involved in our next clip. If we get that up, what's going on here?
Yeah, so obviously this is from our kick-off. So if we play this one through, Greg. So a big part of our defence strategy is about exerting as much pressure as we can in the opposition inside our 22 and building a sort of pressure plan, if you like, on them and how we can try and stop them exiting. So hold it there, Greg. So you see Scott's out in the sort of wide channel at the moment. What he does well here is get a really good read on what we call the release play in behind to the kicking option. So if we play this one through, Greg. So Scott reads that hold there. Scott reads that pass really well. Defence is coming up and inside of him. I suppose what's really important here is we also all need to come up as a line. So you see there a wee bit of a disconnect in terms of Scott and his outside support, but it's an excellent read by him and he forces a really good turnover. So the outcome we're looking for in that area apart. So it was excellent play from Scott. We mentioned earlier broken field and us guys getting the hand on the ball and running into space. That's our next clip here, and it's the flasher and what he can do. Yeah, you know, obviously he's a very dangerous strike runner. If we play on, this move set up to try and get our wingers into the game. We've got a lot of good ball carrying wingers. If we can get them with one-on-ones, more often than not, they're going to make line breaks. So Matt does a great job to straighten up, and then it's just a great line by Sam to hold them, and then Flash, great feet to beat Hassler there. And then we've talked about creative pass a lot. With Dave coming in, we do a lot of work on it. Different styles of passing. That one's almost like a basketball lob, but that's what was needed at the time. Sees the space, and that's just the role of the nines to follow up on the inside. And it's an easy try for me, but great work from Flash to first of all make the line break, beat the last man, get the offload. But what are you doing there? Are you screaming at him, letting him know that you're on his shoulder? Yeah, we talk about it quite a lot, me and Flash, because I'm expecting. We've got such dangerous runners, expecting them to make breaks, so just to run that gamble line as a 9, and more often than not you can pick up some inside balls, so that was a nice one to go over from first phase. Perfect, guys, thanks very much for your insight. Thanks for joining us on Warriors HQ. Join us next week and we'll be reviewing the Cardiff game.
That's all for this week. Be sure to join us next Thursday at 5 for another Warriors HQ. We'll leave you with a reminder of the last time we played the Cardiff Blues, who visit Scotstoun tomorrow.
Glasgow ar y bach. A bas mas I Turner. Nôl mewn. A mae'r hewl yn rhydd I Henry Pyrgos. O swir. Mae yna fwy nag ambell fflach yn Glasgow. Dyna'r gorau ni wedi gweld oddi wrthyn nhw. Mae wedi cymryd hanner awr. Mae cyfle I Lloyd Williams.
godi'r gic a rhoi cwrs I Alex Cuthbert. Ond Russell dath hi, Russell nôl mewn I Lee Jones ar ffordd yn gwbl glir iddo fe. Wel, os oedd hi'n rodd i'r gleision o gic, mae'n rodd I Glasgow o gais.
Wedi cael un cynta. Nid yr ymdrech gorau efallai, ond byddwch chi'n disgwyl I rywun I fod yn gwrso. Bas nôl tu fewn, oedd neb yno. Mae hwnna'n un o'r ceisiau soft sy'n gallu digwydd weithiau.
Finn Russell, cic bwysig. Ond mewn ar bel, Adam Ashe hi o'r ca. A Glasgow sy'n dathlu. Mae'n dair mas o dair i'r tîm o'r Alban. Cael a chal oedd hi. A fe gaethon nhw lwc. A falle gaethon nhw heiddiant. Ac i'r gleision. Dyma'r dechrau gweitha i'r tymor.